You think old photographs are harmless? Look again. Look again. Look again.
Chapter 1. The Public Body.
The woman does not always remain inside the room. She moves outside, to the garden, to the beach, to the water, to the stage. At first, this seems less intimate. There are no curtains, no closed bedroom, no private-looking interior. The body is now placed in open air, among sand, plants, waves, boats, sunlight, or spectators. But public space does not make the image neutral. A bathing costume could be safer than nudity, but it still changed the terms of visibility. A diver above the water is not only a woman in action, she is a body arranged in space, caught between risk and performance. A woman in a garden or hammock may seem relaxed, but the pose remains composed. The body is still placed, the camera still organizes the scene, and the stereoscope keeps the viewing private. Even when the scene is public, the image returns to one pair of eyes. The beach, the garden, the stage, the water, all become small optical rooms. A public body becomes a private image. This is why the outside matters. It does not release the woman from the frame. It gives the frame more space.
Chapter 2. The Intimate Archive.
At the edge of this archive, suggestion becomes explicit. The veil becomes thinner. The dress disappears. The studio becomes an erotic room. These images are more direct, but they are not simple. They are not just old pornography, and they are not simply evidence of liberation. They are commercial constructions, poses, props, fantasies, gestures, surfaces, and carefully arranged bodies. The body is shown, but it is also managed. It is turned, seated, reclined, framed, softened, partly hidden, partly offered. This is not accidental exposure. It is exposure made into a scene. Often, the erotic image protects itself by becoming something else: an art study, a classical pose, a theatrical fantasy, a private interior, a symbol, a costume, a joke. The image says, this is not only desire, it is art, it is performance, it is composition, it is a scene. But the stereoscope changes the force of that scene. It does not only show the body, it gives the body depth. The viewer does not look from across a gallery, as if looking at a framed picture on a wall. The image is brought close to the face. The two photographs merge. The room opens. The body occupies space. This is the decisive point. The erotic charge of these stereographs is not only in what they reveal, it is in how they make revelations spatial. The woman appears not only visible, but present, not simply displayed, but placed, inside a small optical chamber made for private looking. This is why the erotic archive belongs to the whole story. It is not an exception to the respectable stereoscope. It is one of the possibilities hidden inside it. The same device that could show travel, art, science, architecture, and distant landscapes could also bring a staged erotic body into the intimate space of one viewer's eyes.
Closing. A small theater for two eyes.
The stereoscope now seems like an obsolete object. Two small photographs, a cardboard mount, a viewer held close to the face. But its promise is strangely modern. It did not simply show an image, it made the image feel inhabited. A room could open, a body could occupy space, a pose could become presence. And again, this small optical theater placed a woman at its center, reading, dressing, playing, laughing, performing, exposing, withdrawing. Not always as a person caught by chance, often as a figure carefully arranged for looking. That is what remains in these cards. Not only old desire, not only old entertainment, not only old photography, but a history of how images learn to make looking feel private, before cinema, before screens, before virtual depth. There was already this: two images, one viewer, and a woman almost within reach.
Explore our archive of early female photography.
Subscribe to Reading Frames.